Hey guys, I am standing right outside the narcissistic recycling bin. Yeah, standing right outside the narcissistic recycling bin. And also, there appears to be a few flying monkeys in there. So, are you guys ready to do some narc slaying? I am, but I've got to warn you that it might not be exactly what you think it is. Let's go. Okay, let me ask you this question and think about it. So, if your significant other comes home with herpes and then accuses you of giving it to them, what do you do? I'm going to tell you. The answer is get as far away from that person as humanly possible. I'm talking physically, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. Run. Get out of the way. That is how you slay the narc. So, Dr. Romani, or Mama Romani, is what I like to call her. She says the way that you defeat the narcissist is you do not go deep with them. And that's an acronym. DEEP. Do not go deep with the narcissist, which means you do not defend yourself. You do not engage yourself. You do not have to explain yourself. And you do not have to personalize what they are saying, because it's all a bunch of garbage and all they want is a reaction from you. So if you don't give them the pleasure of that, they don't get their narcissistic supply. They're like vampires. They feed off of your pain. The more pain that they can inflict on you, the better it makes them feel. That's how sick they are, these empty meat suits that you think is a human being with empath. They don't have it. They're simply narcissistic, and they want you to hurt emotionally, mentally, psychologically. So don't go deep. Don't go deep with them. Do not defend yourself. Do not engage with the narcissist. Do not explain to the narcissist. And do not personalize anything that they say to you. That's how you slay a narc. It's probably not what you wanted to hear, but it is the truth. So I'm going to talk about another method. It's called the gray rock method. And the gray rock method is simply becoming inconspicuous, because as an empath, our desire is to react emotionally to the narcissist and their accusations. And remember, an accusation from the narcissist is really just a confession. The accusations from a narcissist are confessions. So if they come home with herpes and they accuse you of giving it to them, guess what? They're actually confessing to you in the narcissistic language. Of course, you know, us empaths, we speak empathically, but they speak narcissistically. So anyway, utilize gray rock. If you can't get away from them physically, utilize gray rock, and that means not giving them emotional reactions, which is what they want. Let's see. Gray rock includes acting unresponsive. It's generally used when someone must interact with a toxic or abusive person, particularly someone with narcissistic traits. This style of communication works because it allows the person to communicate and act in ways that draw less attention to themselves. So the gray rock method is used to disarm a toxic person, and it means not not reacting to them. It's very difficult to do. Also, let's go to this. It says the gray rock method is used when the abuser does not have anything to weaponize against their victim. Now this is, I know this is really hard to believe for empathic people, but narcissistic people really like to get a reaction from you, and it's called, the technique psychologically on their part is called reactive abuse. They're trying to solicit a reaction from you because they know your breaking point. They know if they hammer on 1, 2, or 3 things that annoy you, because they've studied you for years. They've lived with you and they've studied you, and they know what provokes you and provokes you emotionally and angrily. So this is what reactive abuse is. Reactive abuse is if someone is being verbally abused, their fight or flight response might kick in to help them protect themselves. And if they're unable to flee, they might fight back against their abuser by attacking them verbally. They may resort to yelling, screaming, insulting their abuser. So this is exactly what the abuser wants. So being in a relationship with a narcissist is like, over time, the psychological abuse is likened to Stockholm syndrome. You know, when the victim or the abused person is somehow enamored or somehow strangely falls in love with their abuser. I mean, you can see it all the time. There's a movie out called Girl in the Basement, and that's got Judd Nelson in it from The Breakfast Club. It's a really good movie. It's based on a true story about how a father held his daughter captive in a basement for years, unbeknownst to her mother and her sister. And anyway, you should check out the movie Girl in a Basement. It's an extreme version of malignant narcissistic abuse, but it paints a picture. But it's easy to get to fall in love with a narcissist and have them psychologically hold you in a cage, keep you within arm's reach of them. My experience, my narcissist wouldn't even let me go sleep in the next room. I had to be in the bed with her every night, and you don't go to bed angry. So that, you know, so anyway, I hope this has helped. The way you slay the narc is you get as far away, you go no contact, you block them on their emails, you block phone calls, text messages, any flying monkeys, any people associated with them, any family or friends that still have contact with them, you get far away from them and everybody associated with the narcissist. And you move on and you develop relationships with kind, loving, empathic people who are not out to destroy you psychologically, mentally, and emotionally. So I hope this helps. If you haven't, like and subscribe, and share this video with someone you think that it might help. Thank you. I'll see you next time.